following is the views of Max and JC. They're not experts in any way, but if you don't like their podcast, you don't like their views.
What's that?
All right. Here we go.
Can you hear me talking?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear yourself?
Nothing.
No?
Nope.
No,
Nothing.
you can't?
Nothing. Yeah, now I can.
Okay. Jeez. All right.
I'm special.
It
Needy.
is. Constantly complaining about the equipment.
When's the start? We started?
Does not participate in buying it. All right. I don't need to listen to this. Okay. Brothers Lowdown, we have started. Max has instantly gone to his cell phone to look up topics of today.
No topics.
We should just actually call it Max's Lowdown 7-point on my cell phone.
There's nothing. There's nothing here. Nothing.
Oh, there's
nothing.
something. And I shared it on our Facebook page.
About angry people?
And I enjoyed it because it
I didn't read it. Did you read it, though, or you just
yeah,
like,
I
you just
read
like
it.
the title?
I read it. And it said,
This new cord
this
short.
is Max. This new cord is short.
Let me look.
But you don't need a headset. I can talk to you just like this. You don't need to hear yourself.
I don't feel studio quality.
You don't need to hear yourself. You like how you got a new studio, new setup. So 24 people liked it that Max is short. Anyways.
Is that what it says?
It did. It said, according to research, shorter height can lead to paranoid thoughts. Now this is
The average Viking was
fucking
was
you,
5'6".
This is fucking you. It doesn't matter. That's why they killed everybody, because they hated tall people.
Tall people are mutants.
This is you.
Tall people
this
have
is you and a heartbeat.
problems.
This is you. So, let's just start this article from Higher Perspective. Oh, we've read from this before. I think we read this when you had your little relationship issues, too. And it says, how do you know you're dating a narcissist?
Higher perspective. There's a lot of good stuff in that one.
Yeah, this is you, though. This is you in a heartbeat. Okay? Have you ever lied about your height?
No.
You're such a fucking liar. You
How?
have too.
When?
When you were in high school.
Oh,
People
because
called you shorty.
you weren't in high school with me. You were at you're a little prima
You
donna
want to know
Christian
why?
school. You're at
So?
a prima donna little Christian school.
So what's that gonna
Protected. Your
See,
mom and
now
dad
here
say, we
go.
got to
You-
protect
no,
him.
it's 'cause
Got to
you and-
protect our
you and
baby.
my other brother were dumb fucks.
Let's
Couldn't
give
get out
him
of-
baby
couldn't
Jesus
get
to
out of
cradle
public
him.
school, and I had to go to a private school where they monitored me. So they made sure I got out of school, and I still almost failed. How'd that happen? So anyways, have you ever lied about your height? You answer yes or no, truthfully.
Dog the bounty hunter lies about his height. I don't lie
Has
about
Max lied about his height?
it. No. I'm 5'10" and a half.
There you go. He just lied. 10 and a half. No one says half inches anymore.
I really
It's
don't
certainly not uncommon thing to do. Your overall size compared to other people and your surroundings is an important factor in how you treat yourself and the world around you. Now, do you find that to be a true statement?
No, because size is
Let's not
just
go
a matter
through-
of
let's not go to
perspective.
Max
I
now.
believe I'm a giant.
Let's go to Max when you
So I carry a giant with me.
Let's go to Max when you were in high school. Did it matter?
I don't remember high school. I blacked that out. I blacked out all of high school. I don't remember. I was short. I think I was like 5'1". I was little.
You were 5'1"?
I was small. I was short. Remember?
You grew 9 inches when you got out of high school?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at your kids. They grew
Maybe
like
you
4
were-
feet. Your kids grew like 4 feet in the last
Maybe you were
2 years.
Maybe you were actually just early. Your mom put you in there early.
No.
She said, "Get in there, little boy."
I was a
Be
late
man.
I was a late bloomer. That's why I don't look my age. So what's going to happen is I'm going to turn like 55 and I'm going to age 10 years in one birthday. You ever seen people like that? You
No.
like see them and all of a sudden you're like, "Hey, how's it going?" And they're like, "What the fuck happened to him?" Like, I don't know, man. I just woke up one day and just looked like complete shit. Your body decides it's over. Your body just says, "I'm done."
So you think one day you're going to wake up and look like complete shit?
Yes.
Today's the day.
Today's
Today's the day.
the day I'm going to look like complete shit is when I ask a girl to move in with me.
So do you believe this statement? Do you believe this statement? You shouldn't say those things because you know what's going to happen. It's going to bite you back in the ass. Someone's going to listen to this and find themselves being angry about your comments.
Yes, if anybody's listening that knows me, this is for entertainment purposes only.
Okay.
None of this is real.
Retract that statement. And if anybody's listening
stop
to this who
being
knows
a big
him,
ass pussy.
knows exactly that he's telling the truth.
None of my shows, period, that we talk about have anything to do with you. Stop being so self-centered and selfish and think that everything is about you. There.
Well
That's
said.
my disclaimer.
That was good.
There.
That's your disclaimer.
Yes, that's a good
I don't think
disclaimer.
it was a disclaimer.
Yes, it was.
No.
People make shit up to think everything's about them. It's not about them.
We're going to start a new segment on this where Max defends himself because someone attacked him. Max, get in here. Find yourself in the ring. Max is ready to fight.
Mhm.
All right. Let's ask you this. Do you think tall has its social advantages?
Yes.
Being a short person, you are. Do you
Concerts,
concerts,
danger.
getting Lucky Charms off the top shelf?
Yep, you can see danger coming before the short people.
Yeah, you believe that?
Yeah.
Do you think the Vikings put the tall people up front?
Yes. I do. No,
These
they
for
did.
blocks.
They just were always on a mountain.
They rose on a mountain.
They lived on mountains.
Yeah.
They were on ships. They could see anybody coming on a ship. So I think being taller definitely has more advantages.
It does say that it has to say height has more subtle impacts. According to research conducted in 2014, an individual's height may directly impact his feelings of security and paranoia.
I don't know about that.
You don't believe in that one?
Chicks dig taller dudes.
But this talks about shorter people having paranoia and insecurity.
Insecurity, yes. I believe that short people are very insecure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that why they get big trucks with steps on them so they can
Yep.
get in?
Big trucks, big steps. They make fun of people.
They do a lot of
They
chest
go
and
get
arms.
smart. They get
They make fun of people.
they do. They're the social warriors that, or whatever they call them, that sit on the internet and talk shit about everybody.
Yeah?
Yeah. They become power lifters because they don't have to lift things very far. They don't have to lift it like 6 inches off the ground, where a tall guy's got to lift it about 3 or 4 feet off the ground. They can bench press more than tall people.
Yeah, I don't believe that. People say that, but that's not true.
It's mathematically proven.
Totally not.
If you have a big chest and you have short arms, you only have to push it about 4 or 5 inches off your chest, lock it out to complete the rep.
Really?
Yeah, look at how far you got to push it off your chest. A couple feet. So you take like a
I don't
midget.
know if I have a couple feet.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Plus, for short people, look at all the stuff they make fun of them. They're like novelties all the time.
It's true.
They're novelties in movies. They're novelties in, everybody pokes fun out of them. So yeah, of course they're insecure. Especially if they're short and fat. If you're short and fat, you're fucked. unless you're funny. Unless you're funny.
So short and fat people are fucked.
Short and fat people are fucked.
No one likes short and fat people.
Yes. Well, I mean, look at George Costanza off Seinfeld.
What's wrong with them?
Look at all of the problems he had. He had constant problems.
In Seinfeld?
Yes.
Yeah, but he was funny.
He was funny, but he had constant problems.
That's true.
Always a problem.
Researchers competed in this. Speaking of fat,
I love chips.
asked volunteers to participate in a virtual reality study in which they took virtual journeys through public transients. How's that fucking going to really make them feel like that?
Transients.
Transient, like little public transits.
Transits.
The participants relayed their overall feelings. The second time, they took the same public transit route, but the virtual reality simulator made them approximately 1 head shorter than their normal height. Although riding on a subway is hardly a complicated task, the participants related significantly different feelings when their height was altered to make them shorter.
Look, I agree with that 100% because I was in a mob scene on Christmas at Disneyland. Do not do that. That's a bad idea because everybody from Asia goes to Disneyland. So I was the tallest person in that mob scene because they were all mobbing out of the ride. I had to pick my kids up and hold them up over my head because they were all mashing each other. If I wouldn't have been taller, my poor little kids would have got smothered. But I was able to push my way through the crowd because of my size.
Yeah.
The little people, they were all just all mashed together. It was horrible. You know they are on the subway. You see them on.
So you're trying to
you
say
in China?
Asians
You've seen those things
are
of
shorter
China,
than most people.
and well, they tend to be shorter, yes. But here's the thing: it applies to all creatures on this planet. Look at the honey badger. It's small. It's a mean motherfucker.
There, I'm not done with this.
Little dogs are cocksuckers. They all think they're tough for shit. They always want to brawl everything. Then until you come at them, and then they shit their pants and scream and run away.
They were saying that they didn't tell the participants. Now you got on your sidetrack. That they were shorter, so they felt they were being hostile. People were being hostile towards them because they were shorter. The purpose of the study isn't to point out short people and accuse them of being paranoid and jumpy, but to rather study how we combat paranoia. From this, it follows that by helping someone to feel more positively about themselves, we make them be able to reduce their susceptibility to paranoid thoughts. So
It's all bullshit. You can't make anybody do anything, and it's all about conditioning when they're little.
So this article actually isn't.
That's why the
talking about being
hobbits.
shorter,
That's why the hobbits all lived together in a little hobbit town.
because they all hung out.
They didn't know.
They were all group.
Yeah. And then when they got around the regular sized humans and stuff like that, they were uncomfortable. The hobbits, dwarves. I noticed it everywhere.
Don't you think that people that are taller anyways are going to be more threatening to shorter people no matter what size you are?
Yeah.
Even a guy who's 7 foot tall walks in, I'm going to feel like, shit, man, that guy's tall. I'm going to be a little nervous.
It was like when I was around you and Matt. And who was the other big motherfucker? I feel like a little kid. I feel like a little baby.
When?
Ellen, my old friend. The guy I used to work with.
Oh.
You guys were like
Rock
6.
biter?
No, the other one.
I don't know.
Micah.
Micah?
Yeah, he was like 6'6".
This big.
They're all big. I feel like a little baby. I feel like a baby. I feel like I'm like a little kid all over again. I feel like a little baby.
Do you find security and safeness around big people?
I just feel like a kid. I feel like a little kid.
When you got in my car today and you realized how far my seat's back.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. It reminded me of when you go like into the little cars at Disneyland. They're all pushed all the way back. If your feet can't touch the pedals, you can't drive the car.
Have someone else drive the car for you, sir.
Yeah.
That's true.
But then I feel like a giant when I had a rental car for a month and it was a Toyota Corolla and I drive a truck and I got in that thing and all I thought was I don't know how people.
Why is it?
I don't know how people like the size of you drive them little fucking cars because I kept hitting my head and my knees and I was like, holy fuck.
Well, I tried to drive a Jeep and it's for medium sized or short people.
Oh, did you go test drive one?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I felt like I was smashed into a coffin, and my head almost touched the roof, and my eyes were right at the top of the windshield, so I had to like kind of bend over. And I saw myself driving this for 6 years. I'm going insane. So the only car I really did enjoy driving was a Tahoe, other than a truck. And Tahoes are fucking expensive, way too expensive for cars.
Tahoes are pimp.
Huh?
Pimp.
They're
Get
nice
a Suburban.
cars.
Why don't you get a Suburban?
Because you can't drive Suburbans in the snow.
Why?
They're shitty. Back end's too long. Guess it makes it harder to. It's like they say trucks too. Trucks aren't really great for snow, but they seem to be a lot easier to maneuver than a Suburban.
Put some
Want a
fat.
shorter, compact.
Put some
car,
fat short people in the back.
lengthwise. That's what we need. We need fat short people to sign up because then they won't block the wind.
You can have
dragging me behind.
You can have the fat short bus.
Yeah,
Just
let's
around
put
pick 'em up.
seats in the back.
Go around and pick them up.
Let's have a tape measure and go around and measure. Are you over 5'5"? You're too tall
You have to weigh as much as you are tall.
to be a ball.
So you have to be a ball.
Have you known anybody that's a ball that's been short and fat the same, like almost the same?
Yes, I
height?
do. I knew somebody that their pants, like the waist,
Yeah.
was wider than they were tall. So like their inseam was like 32, but their waistband was like 46. I didn't even know they made pants like that. They're ridiculous.
You know, it's like a Humpty Dumpty pants.
Uh-huh.
That's what it looks like. It's like a bowl. It's like those suspender pants they have that stick out, and they actually expand at the waist size. And actually, one thing I do have a complaint now about jeans for myself, who is a 38-inch waist. think they're fucking with us because now you feel like your pants are getting bigger because you're like, I'm losing weight. But then you realize they have bungee cord system in these 38-inch waists now.
Yeah.
And so when you put them on, you actually lose any weight, your pants start to feel bigger, but they're really not.
They have bungee cords in there because it's the way that you guys hold on to. You're in denial. You're in denial that you're getting.
Guys?
Yes. Guys are just.
I wear 30-inch pants that don't have bungee cords in them.
My
but
waist.
These 38s that I swear, I ain't kidding you, you could just pull them off. That's how big they are.
Yeah,
but
you're
they're
in
not
denial.
38s.
My waist size hasn't increased in 10 years.
You wanna know why, too?
So what they do is they put a little elastic band there. And they call it 38, and you put them on. You don't know any different.
It's like the kid pants.
And you think, I wore the same size pants I wore in high school.
That's what it felt like. It felt like kid pants.
Oh, fuck.
I wasn't wearing a 38 in high school. Thank you very much. I was wearing a 34.
If you go to Walmart, if you're like me and you go to Walmart, they have
Elastic pants.
they start at 42.
Huh?
Yeah, they don't have any small waist.
42-inch
pants.
waist?
Fuck yeah, they're all huge.
Fuck, and you know.
And if they are the waist size I need,
42.
which is I'm in a shitty spot, maybe between 32 and 34. If I get 34, then it's too big and I look like I crap my pants. And then if I get 32, then they're too tight. If I get 33, it's perfect. The only place I can find for 33-inch pants is Tractor Supply, so I'm limited to only buying canvas pants.
you buy like
I actually like
construction
'em.
pants.
I like
You
them.
buy Dickies.
They're kind of like Dickies. I like them.
Yeah.
But then I bought some cheap-ass jeans, and I'm like, hey, these are fucking awesome. They're $14, and they rip right at the back pocket, right at the top of the crease.
Yeah.
They tear right there.
Why?
I don't know why. And that's where it's a weak spot. And then when you bend over to do something, it goes and it tears right there all the way up your ass. No warning. Did it to me the other day, and I just bought them. I was like,
Have you ever torn your pants in public and then did not have another pair of pants?
Yes. Yes.
What'd you do?
You just go home.
You weren't at work or something?
I went home.
Did you leave work?
You just tell them, I got to go home. It's
I
one
gotta
pants.
go.
It's one pants. I got to go home.
Pants.
I got
I
to
did
go
it
home.
one time. I forget where I was at, but I bent over and my pants ripped from the crotch all the way up to my belt loop, and it just kind of looked like a big gash. And I had to tie like a shirt around my waist for the rest of the time. I was doing something just to get around, and I could feel the air going up in my pants leg. Good thing I was wearing longer underwear. I wasn't wearing
Nice.
some whitey tighties. But
If they had to do something about the... Oh, I went to that Duluth place, the trading place. I tell you that?
is there one where you were at?
And when I was in Colorado, there was one. And I was all excited because the commercials look cool. I'm like, ooh, I'm going to get some cool clothes because they have the longer shirts for like ass cracks. Have you seen that?
Right.
So I went in there, dude. It was like, if you see somebody wearing Duluth Trading Company pants, they're rich. They're $130 for their.
How much was the underwear? They always advertise the underwear.
Everything was fucking expensive. Their flannel shirts started out like $90. Everything was like, I was like, holy shit. Everything was super expensive.
I thought about checking out the untucked.com.
Yes, I'm all about
and
untucked
see if
shirts.
untucked shirts and see if it was like anything cool to wear or not.
Yeah, I like untucked shirts.
So what do you think short people deal with? Do they have like 30-inch legs? And
I don't know. I
don't think I've ever seen a size pants less than 32. Have you?
Well,
Length.
then it goes. Oh, I don't know about. No, that's funny.
Then it goes Oshbegosh.
Then it goes to. Then it goes to kids. Then it goes to husky. It goes to medium.
Goes to kids pants.
I think men's clothes should be like chicks' clothes, but it's just numbers.
Yeah. You know, when this show releases next week, we're going to have to do a Thanksgiving show or Thanksgiving memory show. Because then that show will release the day after Thanksgiving. I know. Speaking of eating and short legs, like turkeys.
So when I was at work thing, one of the guys worked at one of the more popular commercialized turkey plants. And he told us that before they slaughter the turkeys, they inject them with brine and they get them all huge and fat. And they kill them, and that way they're like massive turkeys, and it's mostly just brine and oil that you're getting. It's pretty gross. It's not cool.
Get in the ring now and fight everybody who says you're a liar.
I want to make everybody uncomfortable about eating that.
Butterball turkey.
That's why it's called Butterball, because they inject it with shit.
You think
like
they inject it
oils.
with butter?
I don't know. They injected with oil, according to this guy.
Inject it with
They
shit.
injected with oil and brine. He said right before they slaughter them, so they get all huge and so they're all big. So because you pay per the pound.
Do you realize that we've probably been doing this show for over a year?
Ooh, really?
Fucking milestone, man.
Good, we can have an anniversary.
reason
How
I
many
know
followers
that-
we got now? 15?
20. The only reason I know this is because I had to re-up the subscription to make sure we stay on the air.
It's really sad. Nobody follows us.
Who said they don't follow us? We don't know how many listeners we have on YouTube, on iTunes.
I thought
We
you
just
did.
know how many we have on Spreaker.
Oh, I thought you said you can follow it.
I don't know. We don't really have any people write comments, which would be good to do. If you could write comments to Brothers Lowdown 7.0. Follow us on Facebook.
It says we got 5 out of 5
Stars.
podcast.
That's it. That doesn't mean anything.
We have.
Make sure you like us on Instagram.
I'm invited.
iHeartRadio,
I'm not going to invite any more people I know.
iHeartRadio.
We have
You can listen
164
to us
people.
on
We have
Spotify.
164. We have 165 followers.
Where did you see that?
We're a community.
What?
Says
Community
it-
of what?
a
Oh,
community.
on Facebook?
Yeah.
No, that's just Facebook. Make sure you check us out on Instagram.
It's recommended by one person.
This kind of dropped. This kind of dropped from the old. I was going to discuss short people, but that article sucked.
Yeah.
So, not much to say about it. We don't have to go all day on this podcast. We can always come back to another one. I think the other one we talked about is Black Friday, Thanksgiving, which will be the next podcast after this one.
Thanksgiving.
So make sure you subscribe to Brothers Lowdown 7.0 as we wrap up the short but mighty podcast given to one of the short leaders.
It's not.
Thanks.
It's short people just have it rough, man. Short people ain't got nobody. They made a song about it. Remember?
Sure.
Yeah. I don't hear that music.
You know,